Hi guys, and welcome back to some Magical Story Time, the show here on the channel where I go over my own writing and maybe make up some stories as well and go retell some urban legends. Well, anyway, all that stuff, as well as sharing some live stories with you with some exaggerations. But I thought I would share with you the first story in my Rainbow Magic storyline, Over the Rainbow. Ruth Jackson was a young girl whose family had a secret they'd been keeping from her for 10 years, because it was against the law of their world. They were wizards who held the magic of the world of rainbow magic, and by law in their world, no one was allowed to know the secrets until they start showing signs of magical ability. She was 11 now, and had not shown any signs of magic yet. That was until she was out playing in the rain during the summer and ran for shelter under a tree. "I need to get under that tree for shelter," she said to herself, and put a hand out to prevent her from falling. But instead of falling, she floated a foot above the ground and sailed across the garden to the tree, where she landed softly on not a seat, but the violet stripe of a magical rainbow. "What the?" she asked, as a leprechaun approached her. "Me lassie, you have the magic of the rainbow?" he told her. Ruth was shocked. "Who are you?" she asked him. "Call me Seamus, me lassie." "What shall I call you?" replied Seamus. "Nice to meet you, Seamus." "You can call me Ruth Jackson," replied Ruth, as she bent down and shook Seamus's hand. When she rose to her feet, her dad Peter was standing there. "Hello again, Seamus," he said happily. "Peter, my laddie, I have come to recruit your daughter to our school," replied Seamus. "Recruit Ruth to the school?" asked Peter. "Yes, my laddie. She has displayed the magic of the rainbow," Seamus told him. Ruth was confused. "Recruit me to which school, and what's the magic of the rainbow?" she asked. Peter turned to her. "Ruth, dear, you come from a long line of rainbow magi. Everyone in our family holds the secrets of magic. And now I'm proud to say it's your turn to attend the Rainbow Academy of Magical Arts. And Seamus the Leprechaun is here to recruit you to the school as a new pupil," he told her. Seamus conjured up a student registration form, which Peter helped Ruth to sign. Once the form was signed, they were transported to the Rainbow Land of Magic to register her into the school. As they walked through the city, she saw lots of witches and wizards doing many different jobs, alongside all sorts of magical creatures. When they first arrived at the school, the first person she met was Ryan Lake, professor of RMH, Rainbow Magic History, who was taking down the names of the new pupils who were joining the school. He was pleased to meet Ruth and shook her hand. "Pleased to meet you too, sir," said Ruth. "Miss Jackson, I'm looking forward to teaching you," replied Professor Lake. As he put her through the registration exam, he was really impressed by her magical abilities. She was just demonstrating her levitation power when the hourglass timed her out. Professor Lake smiled. "You're showing amazing magical abilities for a newbie to the Rainbow Land of Magic," he said as he passed her the results of her registration exam. She looked at it and was thrilled to have passed the exam and gained a place in the first year as a red level student, and was sorted into Professor Emma Sparkle's tutor group. it was time for her to participate in the Welcome Day tour, which was usually led by Professor Sparkle, so she hugged Peter goodbye and went to join her 50 other classmates in Year Red, as the first year class was known at Rainbow School of Magic. Professor Sparkle was the professor of magical defenses and instructor of the school dueling society, which they weren't allowed to join until they reached the 4th year, known as Year Green. She then led her new pupils around and showed them every room and part of the grounds, telling them everything they needed to know, introducing them to the rest of the staff and pupils. Older pupils were attending Welcome Day with their classmates to their new levels of magical education. After the tour, Ruth spent time getting to know her new future classmates and instantly befriended 2 of them, a girl named Rosie Turner and a boy named Alan Ross, who were pleased to be her new friends. At the Rainbow Academy of Magical Arts, pupils were not divided into houses, as they believed in uniting them as one. They set exams at the end of each year to determine whether or not they were worthy of being ranked up to the next level and get accepted into the next year of their magical education. They were taken to the boarding house, which was split into 2 halves, one half for boys and the other for girls. The red boarding house was for first years only, and their housemaster, Franklin, was a shape-shifting phoenix who was in his human form at the moment. He was showing the boys to their dormitories, whilst Professor Sparkle showed the girls to their dormitories and introduced them to the house matron, Whisper, a shape-shifting unicorn in human form, which was obvious from her horn, which looked like a strange tumour in this form. They were amazed by this and couldn't wait to meet and learn about all the magical races of their world. By the end of the day, Whisper escorted Ruth back to the magical rainbow path, where her mum Cleo was there to meet her. Whisper told Cleo how well Ruth did on her welcome day, and gave Ruth the thumbs up before resuming her natural form and teleporting back to the school to prepare for the start of the school year. As they floated gently back to the ground, they talked about Cleo's years as a rainbow magic pupil, and how she did during her years in the late 1990s to early 2000s, 1999 to 2006. And she was happy to learn Cleo was the best pupil of her time, earning every honorary award the school offered, and achieved top grades in her GCMEs and AMQs, and left with job offers from a few officers in the Guild of Rainbow Magic. But she turned them all down to start a family. Peter did have a job in the Rainbow world as an officer of wizard law, which took him an extra 4 years of training at the offices to achieve. Ruth was their firstborn child, and had 2 younger sisters named Wilhelmina, who was 9, and Jenny, who was 7, and just discovering her magic, a bit too young to be visited by a representative from the school. Ruth would be in her 3rd year by the time Wilhelmina joined the school, and her 5th by the time Jenny joined. And that is the first chapter of my Rainbow Magic storyline. In the next episode, I feel like I would like to continue with this storyline into chapter 2. I've only got 3 chapters written. I need to start on a 4th. But that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time.